I'm in a situation where I am not getting the correlation of responses from anybody, okay? Except for, little to what I do get as far as responses from individuals I'm living with, basically, in this household at 2936 Bluestone Drive. So I'm having to put pieces of the puzzle together about answers that I want to know from individuals who are close knitted in my life, okay? So the situation that I just got done seeing, it was on TikTok. It was a video of a guy talking about, well, police had approached the guy at a hotel, okay? Now, all in all, I told you guys I had a situation back in 2022 or 23. Not all attracted to this female, okay? But I took it upon my choice of judgment to text this female, or I don't even know. I probably got a number, or I seen her on Facebook or Instagram, and it wasn't on my mind to do anything sexual at all. But one thing led to another. At this hotel, I had asked her, the first conversation when she got in the car, or even from the messages on Facebook or Instagram, was nothing sexual at all. It wasn't to plan to do anything sexual. What was on my mind, just to, kick it and hang out and basically get some information about, females, get her side of a point of her logic of like life, period, But like the situation that I always face, every female I've ever encountered, they will show signs of like being deterred from or like wanting to go away from the type of conversation that they know I'm about to approach them about. So all in all, like, it's nothing I can do to make anybody talk on topic, okay? That's the bottom line. I cannot make anybody speak words of truth from their logic, okay? Now, in this situation, got in the hotel. Well, in the car, there wasn't really little to no conversation. If we did talk about something, I can't even recall what we was talking about. Okay. It just, I knew it wasn't on topic. It wasn't nothing managed or inappropriate though. This girl named Satasia Williams. I mean, she was a part of my situation. So, I throw her name out there. I blocked her on TikTok, and I get to that. But yeah, I had met this female at a job I was working at off Roosevelt Highway in Union City at Go TRG is the name of the company that's probably there or not there. They told us the company. I would still have been working there probably, but they told us the company was closing. I had got a badge of honor and all certificates and stuff for being good on the job. Although I would take breaks and smoke in the parking lot, that was not acceptable. But things go on, like, low pay when you don't know, I don't know nobody. I need some type of meditation, you know what I mean? And the staff members knew I was smoking, but they were patient and calm with me due to, me being like a good worker, okay? Like, I was doing my job, okay? Now, it was one time I was pulled over for placing one item in the wrong box or wrong, where it needed to go, supposedly. And even I wanted to learn how to drive the forklift, and they gave me the opportunity to drive a forklift, but nobody was ever, like, I had a appointment for somebody to teach me how to drive the forklift, but they never did come to me and teach me how to drive the forklift. And later on, the job had closed down. Now, the night that I picked this female up, I think I picked her up from the home that she was living in with her mom. If I can recall, I think. Now, that's not too far away from here, all right? But it's about 15-minute drive or whatever. But it's not too far from here at all. I told her to pick a hotel. You know what I mean? I didn't want to, like, this situation of me just even leaving the house was because of my baby mama. Like, if I can't get no word out of my baby mama, what makes y'all think that I'm about to just sit back, okay, when the child that I know I impregnated this woman with is not around me and not communicating with me, okay? So I'm gonna go to his deepest form of trying to understand a woman, okay? Because I didn't type online, I didn't type on Facebook, brung conversations up. Nobody want to comment. So what terms and conditions would another guy or, you know what I mean, somebody who's put in that type of situation do? Because I know what I'm going to do. I'm telling y'all. Now, the situation, I picked this female up from the house. I'm assuming. I can't really recall. I think that's the situation that it came to. Like, I picked this female up from her house. The messages between me and her, it was some messages that we shared on WhatsApp, I think. I don't know if it was before this night that I picked her up on. But yeah, we did share some messages. I don't know if it was before or after. But those messages were on, I think, Facebook, Facebook Messenger. I deleted Facebook Messenger by now. But I mean, all in all, those messages and that timeline of history should be able to be brought back up. I'm trying to get in court. You dig what I'm saying? Like, they can say all this dumb shit. I got a whole alibi. You dig what I'm talking about? Like, so, I mean, if anybody y'all got an alibi, y'all need to stop playing. Y'all really do. Like, if you know you're innocent, y'all need to speak up. But, I mean, you can't force nobody to, go and get their own power and be themselves, So the situation came to, either before or after we shared messages where this female that I was not interested in at all, but, I knew that she wouldn't talk on topic with me, but she showed signs that, she knew something at the workplace and that she would be willing to, communicate with me. But, I mean, it turns out that she didn't. She just turned out that she wanted, to just be around me. And so it seemed, because I don't know. I to this day, I don't even know why she would want to do something like this as far as come around me, not talk on topic, when she knew or should have known, that I would not want to, or anybody would want to, just come around and do something on those type of terms at this age, knowing that we should be married before we do anything sexual. Now, yet again, I cannot recall, okay? Neither can I deleted Facebook Messenger because people were getting everything out of me and I'm not getting anything out of them. Yet and still, look at this TikTok that I'm elaborating on. Still ain't got no topic of conversation, nobody. You know what I mean? Now, did I send her a nude pic? I can't recall. Now, I told you I done sent a lot of nude pics to, well, a whole lot is not, maybe no more than 30, I want to say, to females. Probably a little less than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it in an expanded view. Now, I ain't did no open the booty hole and all, excuse my language, but I'm just saying, that's not me. I'm not doing all that for no type of conversation and nothing, okay? But yeah, I did send a nude picture of my body, or not my body, but like of my penis, okay? That's the only thing I ever did. And it was a picture that I had posted on Cam Ford that exposed I was in some boxers and I ain't had no shirt on. That's it. So the night that I picked this female up, she chose a cheap hotel. I said, dang. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know where we was going. Yet and still, I had been to this hotel before. I don't know if I had been inside, but I had been to that. I recognized that hotel. And I was like, dang, why you choose this cheap ass hotel? You know what I mean? Like, maybe if you chose I didn't say this to her, but I'm like, dang, if she would have chose you know what I'm saying, a nicer hotel, maybe she would have started talking. But yet and still, you know what I'm saying, I gave her the information and she went inside and I told her to go inside and talk to the clerk at the hotel while I sat in the car and rolled up some weed. I gave her my ID. I gave her my card information. Now, dang, I just threw an interception. So when she went in, she came back out. And I mean, like, when you're not in trouble, okay, when you know you ain't did nothing wrong, these are the moves that you make. You know what I mean? You just if that's the move that you want to make, okay? So I don't know what she told the clerk, but she had to come back and get me for some type of signing or whatever the case may have been. So when I went back in, by the time we went back in, I don't know, hold on. When she came back and got me, I think I got in the car. I think I was done rolling a blunt. And I went back in and signed the paper, and I came back out to the car and smoked my blunt. So now I go back into the household. I go back into we go into the apartment for the first time. I'm sorry. we go into the hotel, okay? Never to return to the vehicle that I have outside that I showed y'all until the next morning. In the midst of that night, the first and only night, you know, I believe I left. When did we leave? When I checked out, I don't know if it was the same. I think it was the next morning. I think, yeah, it was the next morning. I left quite early. The sun was out though. But whatever I had talked to her and discussed to her about before, I had ordered her some DoorDash because she said she was hungry. So I said, okay, I'll order you whatever you want. She said she wanted something like some wings. I said, okay, well, all right. Order some wings for you and I, and something to drink. Now, the conversation I wanted to have, or, you know, whatever she would like to talk about, was never in the air. Okay? It never got spoken about. Okay? I was in a situation where I knew she would know exactly what I would want to discuss, but I didn't want to bring the conversation up because she might get paranoid, or, you know what I mean? So now you guys kind of figure out where I'm at now as far as the 26 celibacy that I had mentioned, okay? Now, I could have done this a long time ago. Correct. But in this type of situation, that's what I was talking about earlier. Let me listen to me. Now, in this situation, of the night of the hotel to this girl, Satasia, one thing led to another, and what led is us me mentioning that I want to have sex with her. I think, and you know what I'm saying. If I'm being honest, I think I mentioned that I would like to have sex with her, or something like that. I can't really recall. You know what I'm saying. I mean, what I want is, you know, for females to come to the forefront. All in all, you know, I'm giving y'all the breakdown of everything. So yeah, I did have unprotected sex with this female, not knowing anything about her, okay? And she did perform oral sex on me when that bump was on my penis. All in all, I'm knowing how the bump got on my penis. It was from me putting hours in and, you know, just a whole bunch of sweat down there. I know I didn't have any STD or anything. Now, she had an option to, you know, talk, discuss anything, and I mean, because she knew I wasn't gonna rape her. If she was scared, like I didn't put no fear in her. I mean, I shouldn't have put no fear in her heart because I didn't make her feel like anything. Like she should have been scared. Like if she wasn't, you know what I mean, willing to discuss with me in front of her house. You know what I'm saying? So if she was scared, like that's just bogus to me. That don't make no sense. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense that she wouldn't, you know what I mean, get in the car with a total stranger. You know what I mean? That don't make no sense. Now, this situation led to, you know, me having sex with her vaginally from my penis to her vaginal area, and then asking for oral sex. Because at this point, you know what I'm saying, I feel some type of way that, you know what I'm saying, I didn't make her feel like, you know what I'm saying, even though I asked and quoted a sexual gesture, she could have said no. So like the man in me, the type of man I am, I'm very frustrated, okay? I'm very pissed off. And this has happened more than once, you know what I mean? More than once on each occasion that I have had encounters with females. So when that first 1, 2 was done, you know, the vaginal penis sexual orientation, then the oral, that I did not climax in her mouth at all. Neither was I trying to. I didn't even climax, you know what I mean, during that altercation. I mean, that situation. No sperm came out of my penis, okay? During the whole trial of that situation with me and her. If I can recall. And if I did, it didn't, I don't know where I landed, but it wasn't on her face or nothing like that, okay? I just can't recall really. But I just know I didn't climax on her face or in her mouth at all, period. So when it was done, the first go around, I asked her to do it again with me, and she said, I don't want to do it. I'm like, man, like, you know what I mean? I kind of manipulated, you would say, And I didn't grab her, I didn't grope her. She came back to me. That's crazy. Like, and she did it again. Like, as far as giving me sexual pleasure. Okay. This was after we had got done eating Checkers. Okay. Yes, and I did not use a condom. And I had not had sex since 2012. Okay. Until that time. Now the bump, I told y'all, it had grew on my penis without any sexual encounter since 2012, and the last person there was Chantel. So this bump grew on my penis had to grow. This situation was 2022, 2023. It had to grow in like 2021 or something like that, or 20 like the first start of it, or something like that. And I knew where it came from. I told y'all it came from. My thought and my deep hypothesis would be from putting hours in and working all the time without any type of. I look, I done got stuff like this, and this stuff is supposedly good for that area, but I'm thinking that stuff right there, and you know what I'm saying, me shaving or whatever, in case may have drawn a bump on my penis. Okay, so I knew it wasn't a STD or anything like that. I had, at that point in time, I had been going in the restroom cleaning my anal area. Okay, so I'm like, well, whatever it came from, I'm just thinking that it's sweat bump. You know what I mean? So the next morning, I get up and take her to the house, and it was some situation about some money that I had loaned her, and she got back in contact. Well, I got back in contact with her about, you know what I'm saying, giving me the money that I had loaned her back to me. And she gave me an altercation where, like, she was mad at me. And I'm like, why are you mad? Like, why are you tripping on me? You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation that you don't even really know about, and you up here talking about, you only give me, I gave her $40. I didn't give her, but you know what I'm saying? If she feeling some type, that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. So the situation came down to, you know what I'm saying, she's catching the attitude for whatever reason that she didn't want to explain. And I'm like, well, ma'am, I need the cash because I need it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got stuff I got to do. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, the system going against me as well. So, I mean, if you ain't going to try to help me as far as talk about, you know what I mean, speak up and try to be so feminine, ma'am, I still need my 40. But, I mean, all in all, man, if that's how you want to act, I mean, you know what terms and conditions, okay? So, I mean, she was like, well, man, I'm gonna give you your $20. It'll be in the mailbox. And don't hit my phone no more. I said, bet, that's the deal. So I went back over there in a mailbox, and my $20 was in there. I was like, all right, bet. So I blocked her from Facebook and all that type of stuff. And then when I got on TikTok, I seen that, you know what I'm saying, she was on TikTok, but I blocked her again on TikTok. Now, this situation that I had started talking about earlier, it was about this dude talking about, it was a female that he seen getting hogtied. And he didn't understand, by 4 guys, it said. So I don't know which out of any female that I had sexual relations with that he could, like, I could take away from that scenario. Because in this TikTok video, I didn't even see a female in the video that the officers was communicating to this dude about. So I'm just like, okay, well, let me put this scenario into motion about, you know what I'm saying, the stuff that I want to know. Maybe people are giving me clues and, like, the pieces to the puzzle. So, I mean, if anything, I'm going to talk about it. You dig what I'm saying? So the situation came to me thinking about, this is just a few recent minutes ago, where I had seen this video on TikTok about the dude saying, why is she in trouble? She didn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, let me put this scenario, you know what I mean? So I thought back to the night where Chantel was at this house that I had recently been to, in high school, in my high school era. Now, I used to live in this neighborhood in my elementary area. Now, I had recently been to that household in my high school era where this dude from Bermuda was from. We call him Bermuda. I don't know how he had the household by himself and all this type of stuff, but he was the only one living there, supposedly. And you know what I'm saying? There was some dudes that I knew from the same school I went to would be there. You know what I'm saying? I've been to that household 3 times altogether. The first time I went there, I was in the master bedroom with a whole bunch of dudes, and Bermuda was in there. Dang, I just threw a pic. And so when Bermuda was in there, you know what I'm saying, I don't even know what I can't even recall what the conversation was about. whatever it was little to no conversation at all. We were just in there smoking, you know what I'm saying? Smoking weed. The second time I went there, I had brought this other female there. Her name Cassandra. I had picked her up from Union City. Cassandra, I had met her online on Facebook. And me and Cassandra was at the bottom of the on the bottom floor of the house, and we was in the room just communicating. We were just in the room laying down on the bed, not next to each other, but not under no cover. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting right there laying down next to Cassandra, just laying down. And out of the blue, she said, "I hope you think we ain't finna do nothing." I said, "What you talking about? I ain't even said nothing." You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I ain't even said nothing. And I said, "Well, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I'm not finna make no move on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kicking it." She's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, yeah. So Cassandra, I can't really remember that night. Like, as far as how I'm thinking that I took her home. You know what I'm saying? I took her back to her house that night. But I can't really recall that night how it went. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know she got home, say, because I picked her up. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I mentioned, it was a photo that I seen my baby mama, Chantel, in, okay? And in this photo, I recognized that bathroom that she took a photo in with her supposed friend. Now, her friend, I don't know is her friend or not. But they was kicking it around each other. And one day, you know, well, hold on. Let me get this straight. That bathroom picture, I knew the bathroom that she was in. She was at Bermuda's house. I did not know that she was at Bermuda's house. Now, on these terms and conditions, of course, I'm not her, you know, her lover, or so it seems, or, you know what I'm saying? I only have certain rights, you know what I'm saying, to know what she wants me to know. But, like, on these terms and conditions where she chose to have my baby, and I know I impregnated her, she need to tell me something. That's the bottom of the line. Or if she don't feel that way, I'm going to go to its deepest form of how this operation of this system works, and governmental, spousal support, all that type of dumbass shit that, you know, people shouldn't have to go through when we are adults. You know what I mean? But yet and still, I'm thankful for the courthouse, okay? Excuse me for saying dumbass shit, but I'm just saying, like, adults should be acting like adults and not children. So I never did question Chantel about that photo. I never did. And I never did. Now, I was just sitting right here like, what happened that night? You know what I'm saying? Like, we probably wasn't on good terms, me and Chantel. But, like, we took up so many on and off breaks. Like, she's not finna get away with, like, just trying to play with me like that, okay? Especially when just simply because she had my child, okay? I mean, like, all in all, I do care about people, but I'm not finna deep dive into trying to get, you know what I'm saying, help somebody, like, to that kind of that core when I'm not their baby father, okay? Now, that's what lawyers and detectives and all that stuff is, like, that's their job, you know what I mean? That's what they even get paid for, to have a better lifestyle, okay? So, I mean, all in all, this is my duty to try and figure out who my child mother is for my child's sake. Now, I don't know what happened that night. I do not know what happened that night. I never had asked her what happened that night, because she should have the respect for me to just tell me straight up. And all in all, I loved her so much. I had love for Chantel simply because she chose to have my baby. I was wanting to work with her, although she broke a lot of, you know, rules that I want in a woman. You know what I'm saying? And I broke a lot of rules that I don't know her, but I mean, I fessed up and told her my side of the story where I acted cowardly. Okay? Now, it came on to another situation that I had wrote her friend, the friend that she had took a picture with. I wrote her, like, on some real humble stuff. I said, "Now, what's up with I had wrote Chantel's supposed friend, Dominique Lee. I said, "So what's up with your friend?" You know what I'm saying? It's like she's going around ignoring me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's up with her. So Dominique replied to me, said, "It's none of your business." And then she blocked me on Facebook. So I had reached out to Desiree, I think, the female who used to live in this neighborhood, who now lives in the house where I used to live in, where Bermuda was at. The name of the neighborhood is Walden Park. So Chantel's supposed friend, where Chantel used to stay at in this neighborhood with Ruthie, Danielle and Desiree are sisters. Danielle and Desiree lived next door to Ruthie in this neighborhood. So that's, I guess Chantel and Desiree were friends, and Chantel was dating this dude named Tyrone, who from New Orleans. Back then, until, you know what I'm saying, I came into the situation and started talking to Chantel. Now, this situation came to me asking Desiree a question on Facebook about the same question that I asked Dominique. Now, Desiree gave me a full-blown type of conversation. I can't really recall verbatimly what it was, but it was just like, you know what I'm saying, she was trying to be of assistance to me, like more than Dominique was, as far as me trying to find out what I wanted to know. But she didn't, you know, like, drop no hashtags or you know what I'm saying, moments where she was involved with Chantel. You know what I mean? She didn't. Desiree didn't. She didn't give any information to me about what her and Chantel had done, okay? Now, I got in contact with Desiree. That's Danielle's sister. Or did I say Desiree? I said Desiree first, didn't I? I meant Danielle, you know what I mean? Because Danielle is the youngest sister. And Desiree is the older sister. Desiree is like in my age. And because I got kept back one time. Eventually 2 times. But, I mean, I got kept back in 6th grade. Which made me a situation where I would be in the same classroom or same grade with Chantel. Now, I got in contact with Desiree. I went over to the house that Desiree and Danielle was living in Walden Park, not in this neighborhood. And I had a conversation with Desiree in the minivan, the white minivan that my parents had owned at one point in time. And Desiree came outside, and me and Desiree were talking in the back seat of the van. I cannot even recall exactly what words were said, but all in all, me and Desiree didn't touch each other. We just talked and had a conversation that I cannot even recall. Now, it ain't no blackouts of me trying to, of somebody talking about that me and Desiree don't remember anything we did sexually, because that's not the scenario, okay? At least I'm telling y'all on my end. That's the word, that's the bond, that's the truth, okay? Now, all I'm saying, all in all, it's some things that I don't know. As far as, you know what I'm saying, like, who has betrayed me, okay? All in all, I told y'all everything about what I'm about and how I choose to live my life, how I'm going to live my life. Now, going forward, if that's how y'all want to act on this situation, being some type of jealous or whatever the case may be, that's on y'all. I told y'all the full truth about it all, everything. If y'all think that y'all want to play the dumb game or think that I'm trying to get some type of selfish bargain here to myself that I have not witnessed to y'all, that's on y'all, okay? Now, I'm not the type of Jesus that I told you, that Jesus might be Jewish and white. I'm Christ, okay? Now, Jesus' life was cut short. If y'all thinking that y'all gonna cut Christ's life short, well, I'm not wanting to live by the gun, but I don't have any possession of a gun. Nowhere in this house do I know where a gun is, okay? So, all right, y'all think about what y'all want to do, and I'll be here, you know, online and at 2936.